Hey guys, welcome back to GloryHunter. We are in the January transfer window and your feedback is received loud and clear. We've had the option of what to do at left back floated last time out, and in general, whilst there are some comments that I responded to directly in the comment section, which you may well have seen, or may well have seen if you were the ones that left them specifically, that I replied to. A couple of other suggestions that weren't on the shortlist, but for reasons that I laid out in those comments that they're not really good enough. For example, Alex Telles, who's back up at AC Milan, but he's only 80 rated and isn't really good enough. So the two that stood out above others were Luca Digne and Sergio Reguilon. But with Reguilon being 27 and potentially an option in a latter club later in the save, I am going to prioritise Luca Digne as my go-to backup left back. So I'm going to get that business done early doors, and maybe he can make his debut, in fact, in this first game today in the Coppa Italia against Cagliari. They want Danilo as part of the deal and 12 million. That's a no, Stevie. You're not even in the job anymore, so why I'm talking to you and not Unai Emery is a bit weird. The tension, I noticed, has gone quite high there, so I will just accept that at 25.4 million for fear of risking losing the deal, because there's not long left in the window, and I don't know if I fail to negotiate it, whether they'd actually give me the opportunity to renegotiate before the window closes. He's quite happy with a rotation role, which is perfect, because that's what he would come in to do. Obviously, he's got an in-game face, as you guys are fully aware. No release clause is fine, but if you give me an idea of wages, that would very much help, because I don't know what he's on at Aston Villa. But I'll offer him a very competitive wage at 60,000 and an £800,000 signing on fee, and I would imagine that he would accept that. 75 grand and an appearance fee, fine. We've quite clearly and evidently got the money to be able to afford that, so I'm quite happy for that to be the case. Our brand new second left back, Luca Digne, coming in from Aston Villa. They've got a decent team, Villa, in this. I think Osimhen is still there, but Luca Digne coming to us here to try and help us continue to stay top of the Serie A table, continue to push for a Europa League victory this season and get the lights turned on in the trophy room there, and of course will now start for me in the next game against Cagliari in the Coppa Italia as we try and turn that light on in the trophy room as well. Reckons I could have saved an extra 3.7. Best possible deal was 21.7, but I mean, they obviously weren't going to negotiate to that, were they? So I couldn't have done any better. I can only negotiate as well as they let me negotiate, and they wouldn't accept to bid less than that. So I don't know how I could have done any better, really. We'll put him immediately onto the bench, and actually I might put a development plan on him. I don't know if he'll grow any more. He's 30. He may grow a little bit more. And actually, oh no, that's me training him. He might, maybe by like 1, with the kind of generic 1 per year that you sometimes get, regardless of the development plan and dynamic potential, etc. But he'll go straight onto the bench then, ahead of Danilo. Zakari is up to 85 as well, which is nice to see. Szoboszlai is up to 84. McKennie now, of course, starting continually at right back, as we're pretty frustrated and disappointed with Dumfries, unfortunately, but it is what it is, and we will actually do that. There we go. So Jan Sommer's actually dropped from 86 to 85. Sips reported him, which is slightly frustrating, but never mind. Szczesny's actually going from 86 to 87, so we're pleased enough with that as well. So 2 games today. In fact, because we've gotten all of our transfer business done very early on, we may, depending on what else happens in the window, play Sampdoria today as well, and that would make the next month pretty more straightforward, considering I'm expecting some form of European football or potential Coppa Italia football there as well. So we'll go and play Cagliari in this round of 16 tie in the Coppa Italia, losing finalists last season, of course, but we're in a much better position this year than we were last, so I would like to do a treble this year. It won't be the treble, because we're not in the Champions League, but I'd like to do a treble of Serie A, the Europa League, and the Coppa Italia. With your continued support, hopefully we can. Do drop the video a like if you're enjoying the save, of course. We will be moving clubs in the summer, so you'll have something to vote on in the not too distant future. One thing I might ask of you as well, if you might be so kind, I'm currently running a giveaway on Twitter as part of a deal we did on stream with Topps Total Football. I'm giving away these cards that I've got here in person. They sent me the cards and their cases, and we have a number of cards that I can give away to you guys, and I'm going to be sending these anywhere in the world. So if you'd like to get involved, then I will leave a link to this tweet in the comment section of the video, and I'd very much appreciate it if you did get involved. If you could be so kind, it would really help me out personally as a creator. So just a polite request, that is all. Right, let's crack on. Cagliari at home. We'll see what else happens in the transfer window, but no current plans outside of what we've done. But things may change. Cagliari line up with Cranio in goal. A 4-3-3 or 4-3-2-1 for them. Barreca, Capodossi, Altare, Bellanova. Then the midfield three is Marin, Marco Rog, and Pereiro. And then up top, Milico and Luvumbo, or Luvumbo, sat behind Lapadula as their main striker through the middle. I'm pretty sure, Cagliari relegated last year from Serie A, and they are a Serie B side at the beginning of this save, or at the beginning of this season, sorry, or throughout this season. Get there, Ronnie! He's not going to. We've rotated, as you might well expect for a game of this nature. Lamar, Ronaldo, Pogba, McKennie. Oh no, McKennie's actually starting now, isn't he? Digne and Zakaria into the starting lineup. But we have put together a really good squad now, rather than just the decent starting 11 here at Juventus. So very much we would expect to win this fixture, and hopefully expect to win this competition. I probably should have played Jan Sommer as well, to be fair, and moving forward for future Coppa Italia games, provided we don't shit the bed here, I will play Jan Sommer in future Coppa Italia games. Savic with a switch. Digne with his first touch for me. Easy pass. Speaking of easy passes, there's a few here. Oh, what a ball. What a save! 81 rated Cranio. How no one else has picked him up, I'm not sure, considering the relegation and the fact that Cagliari aren't an amazing team. And I think they're just going to get a free kick for handball there, or a push, a foul of sorts. SMS out wide to Chiesa. Lamar. Ronnie! I don't know why he's taking it on his left. It's a good save again by Cranio. Continues to keep us out. Ronaldo's underneath this one, though. Doesn't get a clean connection on it. And again, Cranio keeps us out. As expected. One-way action in this game thus far. But not as expected. The goals aren't flowing. McKennie delivers the ball in. That hit Barreca in the face. And we'll go out for a throw-in, which we'll try and take as quickly as possible. Think of it, Savic. Tom Lamar. It's opened up maybe for a shot on his left foot. And with the keeper scrambling, it very awkwardly, nearly, found the far top corner. Sergej Milinkovic-Savic into Pogba. Ronaldo's making a run. It's not really into a channel, though. Chiesa's free, however, on this side. Pogba was getting forward and just stopped. Ronaldo. Lamar. Oh. Wide of the target. I cannot score against Cagliari. This is starting to feel a little bit cup upsetty. You know what I mean? Denies from the corner there, Zakaria. Nicely done. I have a little bit of a growing feeling in the pit of my stomach that we're going to end up losing this by 1-0 despite 1,000 shots, and end up going out of the Coppa Italia and leaving Juventus without that accolade to our name. Son. Need to perhaps get a little bit closer to goal. We will now have the opportunity to. Lamar's header. Cranio's tried his absolute best. Give him every due bit of praise. Alessio Cranio. He has tried everything to keep us out, but sheer weight of pressure has made it pay. To be fair, shouldn't have pressed shoot quite so early with Thomas Lamar, which would then have allowed him to shoot with his feet and not with his head, although it was a very good header. Equally impressive save, but it falls to Cristiano, who scores our first goal of the Coppa Italia this season, but surely will see us now beat the Serie B team. That's a nice ball. Pereiro. No, Lapadula. No, Lapadula. Chesney with the save. Don't think about it, Cagliari, please. Viola's come on for Milico. I don't know if that's a change that I should be worried about or not. I don't think so. Heung-min Son's in a foot race with Bellanova, but Son loses said foot race. Here's Marco Rog, former Napoli man. We used him in a Napoli save on, I want to say FIFA 16, 17? It was a while ago. I've got the Napoli shirt on the rack behind me, of course. Whoa! I'll have that free kick, please, and you can have a yellow card. Where is that Napoli shirt? It was a, I'll pause it, it was a while ago. Here. Napoli's all the way back here. So with that Everton shirt there, that was FIFA 17. So it was, which actually was the first shirt I bought specifically for a series. So Napoli was only the second shirt I bought in my YouTube career specifically for a YouTube series, and that would have been FIFA 17. 6 bloody years ago. 6 iterations of FIFA ago at the very least. And going through the passage of time, it was quite a few series ago as well. I think Marco Rog actually grew quite well for me in that save as well. Right, I'm actually going to move Son central and bring Kostic on out wide. And let's bring Dusan on up top as well. Let's try and get a second goal just to seal it. Digne. Son. To Kostic. Floated. Dusan. Chest and volleyed finish. 3 minutes he's been on the pitch. Or should I say 3 minutes they've been on the pitch. Kostic assist. Vlahovic goal. Beautifully worked finish. I rate that very highly indeed. 2-0. Let's make sure we get the Coppa Italia this year, shall we please? We don't fear anyone in Italy anymore. Not now we've got the betterment of AC Milan. Not AC Milan, Inter Milan. Although we do have the betterment of AC Milan as well, for what it's worth. Vlahovic, oh, what a challenge. I was about to try and find Pogba or Heung-min Son there. We'll have the corner. And Chiesa will look to find a teammate. And the keeper's going to come and get it. Free kick for Cagliari. 2 minutes to go. Zappa on for Barreca. Consolation goal only is all it would be. And a consolation goal only is not what they'll get. Kostic. Well, why would you... I was going to say, it thankfully let me change player to Heung-min Son, but it picked out Chiesa there. I thought I'd run that too far. I haven't. 3-0. Game over. We're through to the quarterfinals of the Coppa Italia. Very straightforward in theory. As a cup competition, you only got to win 4 games and you win the league. It's like, or win the cup. It's like playing an ultimate team competition, isn't it? That's practically the last kick of the game as well. There was a third goal to come, but it wasn't for Cagliari and it was for us. Oh, I stopped moving. I thought the ref was going to blow his whistle. Come on, mate. Ref. Oh, such is the way with FIFA. You think, we've played the allotted time. The ball is in the middle of the park. I'll just stop and the ref will blow his whistle. There you go. A 3-0 win against Cagliari. Now then, Roma back in the league is going to be a much more difficult fixture. 15 shots in the end in that. Fiorentina knock AC Milan out. That's a good result for us. To see AC Milan out of this competition already. Inter are through. As well as Lazio, Bologna. Bologna beat Atalanta away as well. Some big results in there. Roma, Napoli... through as well, though. So there are some big sides still in the competition, but not as many as you thought there might be before kick-off on that round of fixtures. Right then, unless anything happens in the transfer window, it will be Roma next. Rovella, Nicolo Rovella, on a short-term loan deal to Manchester United. Why the ball's not? Nicolo on his way out. Ronaldo wants to play against Roma now. He's seen a little bit of first-team football come his way, and he's like, oh, maybe I'm not as over the hill as some might think I am. And, well, you have to keep Cristiano Ronaldo on side, don't you? Because we don't want him doing an interview with Piers Morgan about me, or Ted for that matter. Hopefully we'll be able to get the win against Roma, though. They are 4th in the table. Last year's runners-up, well behind us. It's looking like a 2-horse race at the minute between ourselves and Lazio, because we're 10 points clear of Milan in 3rd. We might have this Serie A title sewn up quite quickly touch wood, if things keep going our way, meaning that we can start looking for a job elsewhere sooner rather than later. Although, obviously, we want to make sure we get the cup finals in and done. Right, let's go and see what Roma are all about. Roma with Kepa Arrizabalaga in goal, Yere Jimenez and Harry Maguire as their back three, Zaniolo, Cristante, De Hood and and Justin Kluivert on the left. Then Dybala, Oyarzabal and Belotti as their three through the middle. They're challenging for a Champions League spot, Roma, so obviously they're going to want to be getting a victory here at home. But with the form we're in and the season we're having, we don't fear them. Last year I did, but this year I'm confident against anybody in Italy. I don't know about European games. I don't know how confident I might be against one of the higher rated sides from another country, but we've learnt from our time here in Italy so far that now we are the best team in this country. It's taken us 18 months to get to that point, but we are the best team in Italy right now, albeit we're not in the right competition to show that, but that was because of our inadequacies last year. Then it is a reflection on what we're doing this year. Belotti offside. Yere all picked off by Dominique, looking for Dusan through the middle, but Jose Maria Jimenez deals with it. And Harry Maguire leaves me for dead. How's that for a ball-playing centre-back? Dominic might try again here, looking for Dusan. Finds him this time. Oh, heavy touch. I tried to lift it over the keeper as he came rushing out to me, but Kepa gets enough on it. And Patrick Kluivert comes away with possession for Roma. We could very easily have gone 1-0 up there, but the goalkeeper's done very well. Roma being really poor in possession at the minute. Constantly giving it straight back to me. And Dusan is constantly running in behind. On the volley! Well wide. Oyarzabal. Forward to Belotti. Has he fouled there? Well, play continues. Oh, Brian Cristante. You will not want to see that again. I'm not sure if he's right or left-footed, Cristante, but from there... Oh, he'll be having nightmares about that for a week. Especially if they lose this game. Oh, it's a nice ball. Step with the defence to play the man in the middle offside, but now Kluivert could get in behind. Worried about him here. McKennie. I don't really know as I did anything there. I just stood next to him and ended up coming away with the ball. Milinkovic-Savic, little bump in the back when playing the pass. And it went straight to a Roma man. Lovely flick on. Dybala, he can't get a clean strike on it either. Both sides struggling to find any sort of quality in front of goals so far in this game. But both sides are creating opportunities. Son, it's a terrible pass to Szoboszlai. That's a better pass to Heung-min Son. And from the edge of the box... Probably should have acted a bit more instinct and took that shot sooner. It's going to be 0-0 at the break. At the minute, neither side deserves a victory from this, do they? McKennie with the throw. Bremer will switch out wide to Spinazzola. And Sergej Milinkovic-Savic to Szoboszlai. Nice ball through. Dusan's hold-up play, though, not great. Milinkovic-Savic's tackle, not great, but just the sheer presence of the man put them off. Oh, Jesus Christ. Will someone please do something that's actually half decent football talent-wise in this game? Dusan. Come on, pal. Please. Oh, my God. Nobody can do anything in this one. Chiesa will float this. We get there at the near post. Yeah, but it's gone wide. This is the most peculiar game of football I've had for a while. Nobody can seem to do anything that's any good at all. Dahoud to Oyarzabal. Oh, I tried to read that. And he went the other way. Szczesny with a save. Tomáš Lemar coming on for Milinkovic-Savic. Just had a little bit more capability on the ball. A little bit more finesse on the ball. A little bit of a better in-possession player in that midfield too. Well, I've tackled him, and he's just walked off with the ball again. So, in typical fashion for the nature of this game, that's how the goal comes about. Belotti buries it. The former Torino man, of course. He's done that against us before, and we're 1-0 down here against Roma. Thankfully, it's not a home game, so it's not going to affect our current streak. But you probably could have predicted that any goal that did come in this game was going to be scrappy. And it has turned out to be. We'll try and get... Oh, Jesus Christ, Dusan. Where the flippin' heck are you going? Such a heavy touch. This game has been so devoid of any quality. Just not a true depiction of how good either of these sides genuinely are. But Roma are doing a job on us here. Pau Torres again puts a tackle in. This time does come away with possession. So I was like out to Heung-min Son. Might find myself calling on Cristiano again. Can you believe it? Where's... What? That threw me off there. Jose Maria Jimenez, out of nowhere, just kind of hopped in a different direction. I'm played through, and then he's like, oh, I'll play an offside trap, will I? The hell is that? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It's Cristiano time. Son wins that. Tom Alamar. Chiesa. Dusan. Oh, please. Please. I'm begging you. Put the ball in the back of the net, Dusan. Tom Alamar to Alaba. So I was like, oh, I can't even get it to him now. Alaba's in the way. Chiesa. Vlahovic. Oh, how's that then? Bloody hell. He's coming off for Cristiano, but he's equalised, Dusan Vlahovic, celebrating around the running track at the Stadio Olimpico with the travelling fans. I don't think I've actually seen that cutscene before. Given to Alaba, Alaba to Chiesa, slots it through and whack. Emphatic, off the bar twice. Bar, floor, bar. No stopping that one. Actually, there nearly was stopping that one. The goalkeeper got a touch on it. That's what sent it onto the bar in the first place. I didn't notice that in real time. Such was the shot power from Dusan. He's been awful. And obviously I made the decision to take him off before he scored that. It was only thanks to a Roma defensive mistake that we got the chance in the first place. Let's not now still go and end up conceding a second, shall we please? Oyarzabal blocked. Tamar Lamar into Spinazzola. Chiesa. Cristiano. Is Ronaldo going to end up being the hero again? Cristiano Ronaldo. Yeah, he is. See! 3 points at the Stadio Olimpico. Cristiano Ronaldo off the bench to be the saviour yet again. See. 3 points for the old lady. Top of the table still. And hopefully, if Lazio have dropped points, pulling away at the top two. Typically, whilst waiting for a bit of quality, Cristiano Ronaldo comes off the bench. Aging, declining in rating, but still high quality. Get out. 2-1 Juve. Unbelievable. The game as a whole was so bad. Such a bad game of football, but still a fantastic result. And dare I go as far as to say it, that's what champions do. Grinding out a result when you're not playing at your best. DiPardo still won't go anywhere. Hello, Cristiano. You literally came off the bench and scored the winner in the last game. Keep working on your game, mate. Keep working on your game. Oh, whatever. End of the transfer window then. Transfer deadline day. What's going to happen there? No plans to sell anyone. No plans to buy anyone. But what happens in the transfer window... Don't tell me that's Pardo leaving. Has he actually agreed to go somewhere? Oh, it's Nicolo Ravella going to Man United on loan for 6 months. Oh. What happens in the transfer window might dictate what happens with our move when we leave Juve. Because, of course, other sides are going to be strengthening, and what other sides' teams and squads look like will determine who you vote for when we have the opportunity to do so. So, they're the 3 biggest deals of today. Still baffles me how that's still broken. That shows the top deals for the 31st, not for the whole window. Never mind. Continuing on, let's see what else happens. Martin de Roon could go to Bayer Leverkusen. Mauro Icardi could come back to Serie A to Torino. Mario Riccardi fell off a bloody cliff, didn't he? Leverkusen might be an option for us to go to in Germany, but I don't know. We might have our sights set slightly higher than Bayer Leverkusen at Borussia Dortmund, or maybe Bayern, if the Bayern job becomes available. Still no massive deals in the opening 4 hours. It is a quiet transfer deadline day. Viktor Sigankov has gone to Atleti. Normally ends up at Newcastle, in my experience, Viktor Sigankov. So to see him at Atleti is actually quite refreshing. Gatti transfer bid or loan bid for 2 years. Given the nature of our lack of depth at centre-back, I'm going to say no. Just in case. Just in case. Bastoni from Inter linked with Manchester United. And if he goes, that's A, great for us now, because it weakens Inter, and B, might be good for us longer term, because we might end up at Manchester United at some point. It's not done, though. Salisu to West Ham is, however, done, and that is the second biggest deal on transfer deadline day, and the biggest in that hour. But that is the end of the window. Bastoni stays in Italy, does not go to the Premier League. Let's have a look at the transfer history. Show you quickly through the biggest deals in that window, then all told, rather than just the ones that happened on deadline day. Araujo from Barca to Manchester United happened in September. Eder Militao has now joined Inter Milan. That's going to massively strengthen them. I guess they did that and then expected Bastoni to go. It's just that Bastoni didn't leave. Tammy Abraham has gone to Barcelona. That's why he wasn't available for Roma in that last game. Aymeric Laporte to PSG. Yeremy Pino to Arsenal. We've seen Saka already at Inter. Yannick Ferreira Carrasco to Bayern Munich. Evan and Dicker to Atletico Madrid. Atleti's strengthening, aren't they? Leroy Sané's at Inter Milan now, though, having left Bayern Munich, which is frustrating because I wanted to kind of use Leroy Sané at some point in this save, but maybe we still do, but later in the course of this GloryHunter career. Inter have weakened themselves, however, by selling Marcelo Brozovic to Liverpool in this window. I don't know who that is. Malero, Alberto Malero, going to Villa for 45.9 million. Okay, fair enough. Brahim Diaz now permanently back to AC Milan. So they had him on loan. He went back to Real Madrid when his loan expired, and they didn't replace him in January because I don't know actually why. But now they've bought him in permanently for £43 million. So Brahim Diaz is back at AC Milan now. Rafael Varane comes to Napoli. That's another strengthening for a side in Serie A and a weakening of Manchester United. En-Nesyri goes to West Ham. We saw Salisu go to West Ham as well. Sigankov to Atleti we also saw. Ferland Mendy left Real Madrid in September to go to PSG. So a lot of high-profile player changes in this save so far. So where we actually end up going after this is going to be relatively unknown. It depends who is where when the jobs become available. If I were to look now, if, for example, we were out in Europe and had lost that game to Cagliari in the Coppa Italia and didn't look likely of winning the league whatsoever this season, then we could go to the Browse Jobs tab and your options would be Atalanta, Paris Saint-Germain, of course, are top in France, and that would be it at this stage. Obviously, we're not going to move yet because there are certainly 3 trophies still on the line for us here. And we'll go and try and go one step closer by beating Sampdoria next. And at the moment, Cristiano Ronaldo might be my starting striker. Emil Aldero in goal for Sampdoria in their 4-1-4-1. De Pauli, Colli, Ordetz and Muru. Ronaldo Vieira sat in CDM with Nico Williams on the right. Antonio Candreva sat centrally this time with Sabiri and Cancellieri on the left. And Danny Motta up top. Ronaldo starts up top because, well, why not at this stage? And Bellini gets a start for the first time. Young scout future star Bellini in a starting lineup for Juventus. Are we seeing the birth, potentially, of someone that's going to be a star at some point in this save? He might be. But he's not starting with an assist because Ronaldo's missed. Vieira. Ronaldo. up against Vieira. Nice turn by Bellini. He is decent. 79 rated now, the youngster. Alaba rides that challenge. Finds Milinkovic-Savic. I'm not going to find a pass there. Pogba. Bellini. Pogba. Bit of space. Oh, the Trivela! Love an outside the foot shot like that. That looked really good. De Pauli with the clearing touch. And Bellini will deliver the corner. And Bremer's up. Knocks the keeper off his feet. Such is the power in the header. But no goal on the end of it. And here's Bellini. I tell you what, he started brightly, hasn't it, the youngster? Can he get an assist again? Son. No, he'll chase after this. So he's got a 5-star weak foot as well as being decent on that left side. Son. Oh, I should have passed it. I committed to the shot. And then I saw Pogba and I was like, I've made a mistake. That's a nice ping out wide to Cancellieri. They're talking about Leonardo Bonucci retiring in commentary. So there may well be an Italian centre-back regen on the way in the save. Bellini not quite finding the pass. I probably should have played that through the air, to be fair. We haven't yet got to the territory of regens in this save, but we will do. And this save is going to twist and turn, and the nature of Europe's best players will change as time progresses in this save. And I'm really intrigued to see how it all pans out. Who ends up where, who is whose regen, and if we can get a first goal to go in front against bloody Sampdoria. Danny Motta. Bremer says no. It will be a corner for Sampdoria. 10 minutes to go till half-time. Happy with his work there. Bremer giving himself a little self-fist pump. Get that away. Collie trying to be fancy. Didn't quite work, but he's gotten away with it. Oh, that just opened up for him then. Sabiri wide. Might have taken a deflection. If it did, it came off a Sampdoria man. 0-0 continually here. The play's been a little bit better than the Roma game, but still no goal. Cristiano Ronaldo considering retirement at the end of the season, apparently. I think I just timed that pass right. Indeed, we did. But I've not picked out Pogba the way that I wanted to. Well, Bonucci could be retiring at the end of the season. Or Bonucci is retiring at the end of the season, as is Angel Di Maria. And now, apparently, despite still evidently having plenty to offer to whatever team he's playing for, Cristiano Ronaldo is considering hanging up his boots at the end of this season as well. So I am really glad then that we did make the decision to bring Ronaldo to Juventus this season. Not only for the impact he's made, but also for the fact that we probably wouldn't have had another chance to use him at all anyway. Looking for Pogba here, who's in behind. We'll go for the Trivela again, and this time it will work. We lead by a goal to nil in first half stoppage time. Oh, cheers then. Candreva's just kicked that straight at Pogba, and Ronnie's in. And he's got the strength. Hey, not the ability to keep that down, though. Well, Cristiano, maybe it is time you retired. Lul. Up we go. Nice flick on. Bellini. Into Alaba. And Ronaldo. Pogba's in again. Paul Pogba at the double. Oh, no, not at the double. I don't know, has he even actually swang at that? He just put his foot next to it and let the ball hit it. The through ball wasn't exactly venomous in the first place. So it didn't find the power it needed to direct it past the keeper. Here comes Sampdoria looking for a goal back. Do like their away kit, actually. It's quite nice, that gold. Makes me think of a Karamak. Karamaks are an underrated chocolate bar. But unfortunately for us, the Karamak away side have gone and get themselves an equaliser. Bugger. 1-1. Time to go again. Digne into Milinkovic-Savic. And Ronaldo. We use the runners around. Use Son first. And come back to Milinkovic-Savic. Then into Ronaldo. Probably could have gone back to Milinkovic-Savic. Probably should have gone back to Milinkovic-Savic in hindsight when letting the shot fly. I felt like Ronaldo could have gotten that on target there on his left foot. He has been, prior to this game, actually pretty damn decent on his left-hand side. But not able to find the finish there. Muru, they might be in for another Sampdoria. Trying to stop them from getting the shot away, which we can't do. Bremer positioned himself well enough, though, that the defender had to try and bend it around him. and got it around the man, but not back inside the post. In fact, it actually took a deflection. I didn't realise. Vera on for Sabiri as Sampdoria make changes to try and win the game, and perhaps I should do something similar myself. No substitutions made to this point in this fixture from my bench, but it might not be long at this rate before we do start looking to our reserves. Go on, Weston. Out to Nico Williams. Goal for Simeone, and a big save from Wojciech Szczesny. Denied them the corner. Wow. Sampdoria need business in this second half. And finally, we'll try and beat the man. He's pinballed off a few arms and chests. But there's Ronnie. Oh, and there's the save. Keeps taking on his left in situations like that, Ronaldo. I want him to sweep that on his right. Never mind. There's still time. There's 10 minutes to go as we look for a winner here. Kostic with the delivery. Son's up. Son's down. Flattened. Kostic should get to that first. Has done well. Pau Torres. Vlahovic. Kostic. Good save by the keeper. Cancellieri getting away from me. Nice tackle by Pau Torres. And good acceleration to get there too. Advantage played. Come on then. Come on then, Dusan. Come on, Dusan. It's roles reversed. I even got the whole lean forward and concentrate in there. No C from him, but the fans are still screaming C. Yes, victory for Juventus against Sampdoria. And it is roles reversed. Cristiano had many a chance in that game, just as Vlahovic had many a chance in the last. To be fair, Dusan did score in that last game, obviously, to get the one goal. But it was more through luck than anything else. We are going to win by 2-1 against Sampdoria as well. And dare I say, for a second time, that's what champions do. Will we be more than 3 points clear then at the top of the table after this round of fixtures? Pau Torres has apparently picked up an injury here, but he seems fine to me. He was celebrating there at the end with a double fist pump. We're happy enough with that. Ronaldo missed a few, same as Vlahovic in the last game, so obviously critical of him for that. But between the two of them, they're evidently getting the job done. It's... Oh. Why? Why give me them now? The side that beat us in the final last year in the Coppa Italia have the opportunity to potentially knock us out at the quarter-final stage this year. We've Inter Milan. We've Inter Milan in the Coppa Italia quarter-final. Next round of the Europa League still not drawn. It won't be until March, I don't believe. Inter, Atalanta, Udinese and Torino on the horizon at the moment. In Serie A, however, we are, if we have a quick look, top by 5 now from Lazio, and AC Milan are dying. 16 points clear we are at the top of 3rd place. It's most certainly a 2-horse race, but I couldn't tell you the last time Lazio won Serie A. I'm sure Lazio fans would love to see them in that position in real life and chasing a title. But for the time being, we lead by 5 points. Gatti's wondering what he has to do to get a game. Sorry, pal. Be about 5 ratings higher, probably. Which, unfortunately for you, isn't a choice you have. Right, join me tomorrow then for a Coppa Italia quarter-final. Hopefully a semi-final after that. Against Inter Milan in the Coppa Italia. That's all for today's episode. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Do drop the video a like if you've enjoyed and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to make sure you don't miss out on more. That's all from me for now. Appreciate your support as ever. Thank you very much. Check that link in the description for the giveaway over on Twitter. I'd appreciate it. I'll see you next time.